So this year's COD Modern Warfare looks really good. Genuinely hyped for a COD game again, but I'm hoping it doesn't fuck me over like COD World War II did. So I thought I'd take this opportunity, take this time, to talk about my all-time favorite COD game. In fact, I'd say it's probably most people's all-time favorite COD game. Back in October of 2018, I reviewed COD 4. Now I review the sequel, Modern Warfare 2. Now, I've actually had this video planned for a very long time, as some of you may know. This was the video I was working on when my Xbox overdosed all those months back, and didn't work for months, so I couldn't do it. But anyways, let's talk about Modern Warfare 2. Truth be told, Modern Warfare 2 in terms of gameplay is like a cow skyrocketing into the air to shove a stick up another cow's ass. That really didn't work. Okay, what I'm saying is the game is batshit mental. Guns feel fluid. When you shoot a gun in a first-person shooter, you actually feel like you're playing an FPS, and that's a great thing. It's the same thing with every genre. RPGs, shooters, beat 'em up. If I'm playing an RPG, I want it to feel like an RPG. No, that's not a knock on Skyrim, not at all, but we all know Skyrim is probably the least RPG-ish out of all the Elder Scrolls games. But anyways, besides the point. The guns feel amazing. You have the obvious choices like the Intervention, ACR, AK-47. The UMP is the second best SMG in COD history. Enemies feel unique, especially for a Call of Duty game. All-around gameplay is great. Movement is smooth. Only gripe with the gameplay is that sliding and dolphin diving weren't introduced yet at the time. Visuals look great for 2009 especially. Yeah, it's awesome. I think Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer is a great thing, but the bane of my fucking existence at the exact same time. First, let's talk about the maps. Terminal obtained legend status a long time ago for being the greatest map in COD history. Rust is the map for 1v1s against that guy that sent you a bunch of angry messages on Xbox Live. Favela is fantastic. Estate is a very underrated map. Invasion was amazing. Skid Row was okay, I guess. I mean, I had a lot of trouble on that map, but maybe that's just me. And everyone, like Afghan is meh. Everyone seems to love High Rise, but I don't, and I'll tell you why. These fucking bastards who have the audacity to go atop the crane and attempt trick shots, oftentimes costing their team the match because they're not doing their fucking job. I can't stand trick-shotting, and that's why. Then you have the maps from COD 4 that Infinity Ward brought back, maps like Crash and Overgrown. Crash is one of the best maps in COD history, minus the brainless campers, and Overgrown is alright too. So realizing this whilst going in deeper into Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer, I think it's insanely fun, especially when you find a buddy to play with, but the whole it's balanced because everything is blatantly overpowered gimmick is somewhat a good idea. Even though it makes things a colossal clusterfuck at times. Guns like the Model 1887 Akimbo are legendary, and part of the reason is that pre-patch, you couldn't not get killed by one. The UMP is still sick as fuck. Then you have grenade launchers, or noob tubes, as everyone called them. Do I have to go into detail on them? You know what? For the sake of whatever sanity I have left, I'm not going to. You can look it up on your own time if you don't know. The MP5K is a very underrated gun in this game, even though the Black Ops 1 MP5K is still a lot better. What I noticed while playing this game again to review it, what I noticed is that guns that are unlocked at the end of leveling, guns like the AK-47 are a lot less common because obviously people tend to prestige rather than sit there at max. The AK-47 is, when used, is a dominant, beefy powerhouse. Then this was the first COD game where you could customize your kill streaks, switch between what you want, and obviously you had the nuke, which was a very polarizing thing for me. I mean, in the sense that, like, it's great when you get it, it's awful when you're on the receiving end of taking it. Add to that the fact you could use kill streaks to get it. If you did things in the perfect way, you were unstoppable in getting your nuke. So now let's talk about the campaign. So the campaign for Modern Warfare 2 is awesome. I'll admit, it's not usually my type of story. It doesn't focus as much on character and plot development as much as being a gigantic, larger-than-life action spectacle. It does have a good plot, though. So 5 years after the events of COD 4, after the nuke, after Zakhaev's assassination, World War III continues to grow. You start off as PFC Joseph Allen in a typical training mission that you would go through at the beginning of most of the old COD games. It's kind of like the FNG mission in COD 4, just a little less inspired. Then, shortly after, you're called into action with Sergeant Foley and General Shepard. You run through a bunch of enemies, and then cut to one of my favorite missions, which is Cliffhanger. It had literally everything. It starts off really stealthy despite being in broad daylight in the snow. Then it gets loud, then you shoot a bunch of guys, and escape on fucking snowmobiles. It's awesome. So now I'll talk about the very controversial mission. I think you all know what it is. No Russian. The mission that caused controversy all across the media. Basically, you go into an airport as one of Makarov's soldiers, Makarov is the main antagonist, and you kill a bunch of innocent people. This got so bad, so controversial, that Infinity Ward updated the game and was like, hey, that mission where you shoot up an airport, yeah, you can skip that if you want, you don't have to play it. After that, shit hits the fan, and Soap McTavish leads your squad to capture this man, Alejandro Rojas. Eventually, Soap pushes him out a window about 20 feet down onto the top of a car, and in real life, that would fatally kill someone. So then you cut to the perspective of the US with Private James Ramirez in the mission Wolverines, which you're seeing on screen right now. It's my personal favorite mission in the game. And you're ordered to Ramirez protect the Burger Town, so that seals the deal for me. No, seriously, Wolverines is a fucking awesome mission. Eventually, your character named Roach, Soap, Ghost, and others invade a gulag to find prisoner 627, who happens to be Captain Price. Who up until here, he hasn't been seen since the end of COD 4. Then you and Ghost are sent looking for Makarov and a certain DSM in what is assumed to be Makarov's estate. You don't find Makarov, but you do find the DSM. You capture the data, and Shepard asks you about it. Ghost says they have it. Shepard whips out a pistol and kills you and Ghost both. I mean, there are theories that Ghost is still alive, but come the fuck on, dude. He's dead. What is he doing? Is he chilling in Cuba with Tupac? Right? So then you have to kill Shepard when you cut to Soap and Price. You go to kill Shepard, your boat washes up, you go to stab it, you find him, you go to stab him, but you miss, and he stabs you instead. Then, this is why Soap is a tough fucker, he pulls the knife out of his stomach, and chucks it in Shepard's eye. Price helps you up for evac, and the game ends there. The story is fucking awesome. So Spec Ops was the third mode in Modern Warfare 2, and admittedly, it's super underrated. It gets nowhere near as much credit as it should. Essentially what the mode is, it's you either playing alone or with a buddy in co-op, doing enemy wave challenges, or stealth challenges, or some kind of cool challenge, and trying to one-up your score. As a third mode, it's hardly at all remembered today, either in Modern Warfare 2 or in Modern Warfare 3. Especially since it was more than overshadowed by zombies. I really have no more to say about this game, so thanks for watching. I'll see you guys soon in whichever video I do next. And yeah, alright, I'll see you guys soon.